In its longest silence, trauma is even more present. Trauma is the unsaid, the uncertain that prolongs feelings of loss. Poet Lee Young Lee offers an analogy regarding presence and absence. He equates them to inhaling and exhaling breath. Our presence is marked by the inhalation. Oxygen spreads into our lungs, bloodstream, nourishing our bones, cells, and skin. The exhalation manifests in absence or a silence. When we inhale, speech terminates, communication is stunted. As we exhale, speech is regained, but nutrients exit the body, the organs weaken, the lungs lessen in size. Lee describes this as dying breath. When we speak, we use dying breath. Meaning grows in opposite ratio to presence and vitality. In the case of trauma, as we die, meaning is declared. The less vitality we have, the more the meaning of our lives gets disclosed. That absence in our bodies translates as presence. Trauma narrative is born out of this relationship. Reflecting on trauma narrative, I remember my own trauma memory. I was forced into an empty bathroom and raped by the doorman at a nightclub. He followed me around the dance floor. I couldn't get away. My friend had left me to go to another club. I was alone. The days following the assault are something I can't even begin to imagine how I survived. This altered how I lived for months. I suffered from severe anxiety attacks. Driving home from work, stuck in appalling traffic, I had to pull over because I couldn't catch my breath. Because I couldn't stop crying. I couldn't stop sweating. Paranoia had me looking behind at every turn, at every break in the road. The fear of having no control, tension headaches that turned to migraines, and all the doctors digging around between my thighs. Flashbacks tore me from sleep. And the depression that held me helpless like a child in its arms and kept me on the brink of myself, on the edge of the stars, always desiring for happiness, but never able to touch it. Then the nightmares came. I remember one repeated nightmare. I am waking up alone in the bathroom stall of the nightclub. All I can see underneath the space between the stall door is the floor and my rapist's bare feet. He doesn't move, just waits for me to come out. I sit on the toilet seat and wait for him to go away. But I just wait. I don't say anything. All I can see through a crack in the door is my doctor's face. He is yelling at me and holding a vaginal clamp. I was living under a siege of silence. Somehow I must have done something wrong to deserve this. Who would believe me if I spoke? Who would help me? I felt overwhelming guilt that I survived. What about the girls who committed suicide because such a violation was too much to handle? What about those girls who were raped and then dumped in a dumpster somewhere? What about the families that sit alone in their daughters' rooms and wait for them to come home? During my recovery, I became obsessed with other people's trauma. I became overwhelmingly empathetic with their situations. My own trauma connected me so profoundly with the world, and it was breaking me. I cared so deeply about every tragedy that I forgot about myself. I forgot that I existed. My coping mechanism became my writing. I realized as the months went on that my only salvation was my art. My art was the one place I could go to, and that if no one listened, the page would. Weekly therapy, medication, exercise. I never miss a therapy session. I never miss a dosage of my medication. I made a promise to myself. I come first, always. I'm not afraid of the assault anymore. I don't believe it defines who I am. It's one part of me that showed me I'm strong. It showed me how much I love myself. I pushed myself, even the days when I wanted to stay in the dark, under the sheets, and cry for hours in shame and loss of my spirit. The love I had for myself pushed me to understand my trauma and forced me to break silence. At the end of the story, all that's left is love.
We have a very special guest here today. She's the author of 4 books. Her poetry collection, The Dark Cave Between My Ribs, was named one of the best poetry books of 2014 by Entropy magazine. Her articles have appeared in Cosmopolitan, 17, Good Housekeeping, The Indie Reader, USA Today, and The Huffington Post. She was the recipient of the 2003 Spire Press Poetry Prize, a Pushcart Prize nominee in 2000, 2003, and 2015. She is a faculty member at New York Writers Workshop and a full-time freelance writer. Please welcome Lauren Kleinman.